I warned you. I told you it was going to happen, and it's happening. I told you on July 24th, 2021, that it was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen, and here we are, Tuesday, August 17th, 2021, and it's already happening. I, for those of you who don't know, I am a regular customer in Gloria Jeans in Castle Street in Cork. I have been going into Gloria Jeans for years, okay? For years to get my hot chocolate. And I knew it would probably happen. I figured it would probably happen, and it did. Today, when I popped into Gloria Jeans, I asked the girl working in there, the young lady working in there, could I sit inside? Because, they've the seats now set up in these restaurants, okay? In these cafes and coffee shops and what have you. And they're allowing people to sit inside. So I asked her if I could sit inside because there was no room outside at the time. And she said, and I quote, she asked me, actually, do you have your vaccination forms, I believe she said. I believe they're called vaccine passports in the States, they're calling them. But apparently it's forms here. I don't know. Same thing, I guess. So I said to her, no, just like that. No. And she said, well, she was kind of like, you can't kind of sit in here then. You can't kind of sit in if you don't have it. So I said, I'll sit outside. She was cool with that. She was totally cool with that. So apparently, COVID only exists inside. It doesn't exist outside. So, what I did was, I sat outside. So, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be doing future videos about these things. Because I'm quite upset, but I'm angry at the same time. I'm angry at the same time because I told you all, if you didn't do something about this to stop this from happening, I told you on July 24th that if you didn't do something about this, my Irish people, that we would experience this country turning into a communist country. So I warned you about it, people. I told you about it. You didn't listen. But I've been thinking, would it be that the people didn't listen to me? Or would it be that the government just ignored the hundreds and hundreds of people that went out there marching and protesting against this for months now? And I've come to number two. The government, just like they always do, chose to ignore the Irish people. So we, as I speak, are experiencing communism in this country right now by a corrupt, crooked media, thanks to a corrupt, crooked media, thanks to a corrupt, crooked government, and thanks to the WHO for pushing and pushing and pushing this vaccine without giving us any information about it. So I've got a question for you all, and I want you all to answer this question. Is there anybody else out there who has been asked to present their vaccination forms when entering, before they can sit inside a restaurant, before they can sit inside a cafe, coffee shop, whatever? Have you been asked to present proof of your vaccinations? And here's what really gets me about this. And it makes me even more angry, people. And I'm trying not to get too angry because it's not good for me. Honestly, it's not good for me. Here's what makes me more angry about this. The media, the WHO, and the government are now responsible for this. So, here's what really gets me. They want us, the Irish people, all of us, to go off now, get our vaccinations, okay? They want us all to go off and get our vaccinations and show proof of those vaccinations. But they're not willing to provide any proof or facts or evidence to us that the COVID-19 vaccine is 100% effective. And that's what I want before I get any vaccine injected and stuck into my arm. I want proof that it's effective, 100%. I want facts that it's 100% effective. And I want evidence that it's 100% effective. What do I mean when I say that? I want proof, facts, evidence that if I'm to get this vaccine, that I'm not going to be sick after it. I'm not going to get side effects after it. I'm not going to feel unwell after it, like lightheadedness, dizziness. And I want, most importantly, proof, facts and evidence that I'm not going to get COVID after it and, God forbid, die. I want all that information, all those facts and evidence to back it all up on paper before I get any vaccine injected into my arm. Call me crazy, but that's what I want. Okay? And that's the way it's going to go down. So if you want me to show that I got the vaccine, then you WHO and media and the government, you better show me proof of exactly everything I asked for. And if you can't do that, and you haven't been able to do it so far, if you can't do that, then I ain't getting no vaccine.